The NFL never stops surprising us, and sometimes the second act is more dramatic than the first. After 3 long and controversial years away from the NFL, cornerback Damon Arnett is officially back in the league. The Houston Texans have signed the former first-round pick to a 1-year deal, a decision that has raised eyebrows across the football world. It's a low-risk move with potentially high reward, but not without a storm of scrutiny. Multiple sources confirmed to ESPN that the deal was finalized this week, just days after Arnett's name resurfaced in headlines for all the wrong reasons. Once touted as one of the league's rising defensive backs, the 2020 19th overall pick is now attempting to claw his way back from a whirlwind of legal drama and shattered expectations. This spring, Arnett suited up for the Houston Roughnecks of the United Football League, UFL, marking his first professional snaps since 2020. It was a modest start, far from the national spotlight of the NFL, but enough to get noticed again. The Texans, in need of cornerback depth and looking to bolster their secondary, have rolled the dice on the 27-year-old. But Arnett's comeback story isn't just about football. It's layered with off-the-field chaos that paints a cautionary tale of what happens when talent meets turmoil. On June 10th, just days before signing with the Texans, a Colorado federal judge ordered Arnett to pay more than $78,000 in damages to a dancer who accused him of assaulting her during a March 2023 house party. According to the civil complaint, Arnett allegedly struck the woman and slammed her head into the ground, a violent incident that further complicated his already dense legal history. To fully understand the gamble Houston is making, one needs to revisit the bumpy road that led Arnett to this point. Drafted in 2020 by the then Las Vegas Raiders, Arnett came into the league with sky-high expectations after a standout career at Ohio State. But the promise quickly began to unravel. In just 2 seasons, he managed to appear in only 13 games, recording a mere 3 passes defensed and 29 tackles. Then, in November 2020, the Raiders cut ties with him after a disturbing video surfaced showing Arnett making death threats while brandishing firearms. That alone would have been enough to end most careers. But it was just the beginning of a legal saga that would stretch across multiple states and years. The Miami Dolphins briefly took a flyer on Arnett in December 2020, signing him to their practice squad. But he never appeared in a game and wasn't re-signed after the season. The Kansas City Chiefs gave him another shot with a futures contract in January 2022, one that would last just 9 days. Why? Because Arnett was arrested in Las Vegas shortly after the deal, facing a barrage of charges, including assault with a deadly weapon, drug possession, and carrying a firearm without a permit. The initial case was dropped, but in May 2020, a grand jury indicted Arnett on related charges. He later accepted a plea deal, avoiding trial, but not the scrutiny that came with it. His legal entanglements didn't stop there. In July 2022, Arnett was arrested in Miami again, this time for possession of a controlled substance, paraphernalia, and driving with a suspended license. A diversion program was reportedly entered to handle the charges. Then, in January 2024, Arnett was arrested in Richardson, Texas, on meth possession and unlawful firearm carrying charges. His lawyers claimed the drug was a lawful medication and that Arnett simply lacked the proper documentation at the time. Despite these incidents, no NFL team had touched Arnett until now. For the Texans, this is a move that comes with clear risk. But for a franchise attempting to evolve under head coach DeMeco Ryans, and riding high after a breakout 2024 campaign led by quarterback C.J. Stroud, the move is calculated. The hope is that Arnett, older and perhaps wiser, has put his demons behind him and can contribute to a young, hungry defense. Still, the Texans have remained tight-lipped. When asked about Arnett's legal history, the team told ESPN they had no comment. Publicly, they're letting the field do the talking. But behind the scenes, you can bet this signing involved extensive vetting and a very short leash. It's not the first time a troubled player has gotten a second or third shot in the NFL, but the margin for error is razor thin. Arnett must prove, both on and off the field, that he deserves to wear an NFL jersey again. His journey back to relevance won't be easy, but the stage is set. The Houston Texans are giving Damon Arnett what might be his final shot. Now it's up to him to show that he can rewrite his story, not as a cautionary tale, but as a redemption arc. Time will tell if this gamble pays off, or if it becomes yet another headline in the long, turbulent story of Damon Arnett.